Hey children, how are you all? We are going to begin with your third chapter, Noun. Children, Noun you have been studying for so many years, so you must be familiar with different types of noun. Let us just count: proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, then you have collective noun, and then in this chapter we are going to see the singular and plural and genders as well. So, to begin with, we are going to start with the different kinds of noun. There is one exercise in the slides which I am going to show you. The beginning of that slide, which contains the exercise, you have to fill up two sentences with the words given there. That word you have to use as a noun and as a verb. Now you will be asking me, ma'am, why we have to solve this exercise as a noun, as the word as noun and verb? Because the point behind this exercise is for you to understand the concept of noun and make a difference between noun and verb. So we are going to start with your chapter, lesson number 3, nouns.
Children, your lesson number 3 is noun. We are just going to revise the types of nouns. Nouns, like I said, you have already studied in the previous classes. So we are just going to go through the types of nouns. See here, it is concrete noun. That is, concrete noun contains common noun as well as proper noun. Common noun example car, dog, Richard, London, etc. Then abstract noun shows the emotion, and the example will be drawback, fraction, hold out, uptake, joy, fiction, etc. Countable and uncountable nouns. These are pen, book, girl, chair, water, rice, etc. Then let's move down to collective nouns. In this video, you will see 2-3 exercises which will uh, give you the list of collective nouns available for various people and animals and birds. So here the collective nouns are school, colony, glass, bunch, etc. There is one more type of noun, that is compound noun, meaning noun when two noun combined together form a word. For example, myself, cowboy, boyfriend, classmate, output. That meaning my and self together, myself, cow and boy, two nouns are there, cow and boy. When you combine cow plus boy, it becomes cowboy. So when you are combining two nouns, they become compound nouns. Then you have another type of noun, that is possessive noun. For example, boy's ball. The ball belongs to a boy. The possession of the boy is the ball. In the same way, girl's doll, my friend's house, teacher's books, etc. Then next is the regular plural nouns. Example, cars, bags, pens, books, girls, boys, etc. These are plural nouns. And then you have some irregular plural nouns. For example, men, women, people, feet, teeth, children, etc. These are irregular, meaning there is no concrete one word in it. Men could be any men, any number of men. Women could be any number of women. People in general. Feet, anybody's feet. Teeth, anybody's teeth. And children in general. These are all irregular plural nouns. And these are regular plural nouns, that is cars, bags, pens, books, etc. These are some of the nouns given here. This is just a revision of what you have studied last year. Now your lesson number 3 is going to start. That is noun. This is your lesson number 3. This is the first warm-up exercise. Use each of these words as a noun and a verb. You may use the dictionary if required. I'm sure here you don't need a dictionary because the words here are quite simple enough, and you have to use these words like house, rat, beam, eye, fish, etc. Use these words, make a sentence using these words as a noun and as a verb. Noun and as a verb. You make sentence like, for example, house. She lives in a beautiful house and the refugees were housed at the club. The meaning is she lives in a beautiful house. This beautiful house is a noun and the refugees were housed at the clubhouse. Meaning this housed is a verb. Then some of the examples you can write on your own here. This is the first example is already written here, but you try to write the words by using them in the sentences as a verb and a noun here in the blanks. Moving down to your next page, we are going to start with your kinds of nouns. Now, kinds of noun, like we have seen in the first page, there are very many types of nouns. Here is the proper noun, is the name of the particular person, place, animal, or thing. This you have been learning since class 1, so it will be easier for you to understand. For example, Ravi, New York, Snowy, McDowell, Burger, etc. Then there are common noun. Common noun is the name of any person, place, animal, thing in general. In general, for example, a boy, place, animal, or a burger. But here, when you talk about McDowell burger, meaning this becomes a proper noun. Collective noun, name of a collection of people. We will see some examples below. It will be easier for you to understand. For example, animal, collection of animal, and collection of thing. What are they called? For example, bunch, ream, gang, and pride. Abstract noun is the name of an idea or a feeling. For example, enthusiasm, determination, sympathy, wisdom. These are some of the abstracts noun. Now, use the collective nouns given in the box to complete these sentences. Now, you will solve this exercise and these words are given in the pink box. These words appropriately you put in the fill in the blanks given here. There are 10 sentences and you put these words, proper words in these 10 sentences. And then you can check your answer. Don't try to copy the answer. First try to write on your own and then you can learn it by heart by writing two, 3 times if possible. Then these are one more exercise is given here. Form abstract nouns using appropriate suffixes. You have to add suffixes, you already know. Some words you add to the given word and then you make it into a noun. For example, able, ability. ity, if you add here, it becomes ability and ability is the abstract noun. Difficult, you add word in it, a syllable in it, and then it becomes difficulty. Then explore, you add tion and it becomes exploration. So these are the abstract nouns you have to form by adding suffixes to these words. These are some of the words given here. You can write this and then you can, if you are having any doubt, either you can check it through the dictionary or you can write it down in your copy and then we can solve it when you come to school. Then this is write two proper nouns for each common noun. This is an interesting exercise. Common noun is given here, like for example, car. Now, whatever favorite car you are having or your favorite car, you can write the name of your favorite car here. Then your favorite restaurant you can write here. Your name of your favorite friend you can write here. Any two river name you can write here. Any two ocean name, any two sea name you can write here. Two dog name which you're fond of you can write here. You can write the name of two favorite films of yours here. Two favorite novel, for example, uh, Charles Dickens novel, maybe, or maybe Harry Potter, you can write here. Then if you are, you can write your school name as well as any other school name you know of, you can write here. Your favorite store, you can write here, like for example, Bata or Reebok or whatever. Then you can write the name of your favorite teacher here. So these are the common nouns given here, and you can write the name or proper noun here, whatever you like. You can fill up this exercise. Then, when we talk of one person, animal, or thing, we say that it is a singular noun. For example, dog, piano, ox, magazine, country, calf, etc. And when we talk of more than one person or animal or thing, it becomes a plural. So we are going to see in your next video singular and plural. In this video, you will concentrate on various types of nouns and exercises on various types of nouns. The singular noun and your plural form will be taken up in the next video so that it will be easier for you to understand. Now we are going to see some of the collective nouns here. It will be interesting for you children. These are the collective noun for various birds. You can see here, like for example, a brood of chickens, brood of hens, cast of falcons, a colony of gulls, colony of penguins, colony of vultures, company of parrots, convocation of eagles. All birds are having different collective nouns. A dole of doves, a dropping of goosanders, a flight of birds, a flight of cormorants, a host of sparrows, a mews of hawks, a merger of crows. Interesting phenomena. A merger of crows, a mustering of storks. Then you have a stand of flamingos. It looks like a stand. That is what is called a stand of flamingos, a pride of ostriches, a pod of pelicans, a parliament of owls. These are the collective nouns referred here for the various types of birds. Interesting, isn't it? Now, we can move down to some other collective nouns for people. Like for example, a side of Morris dancer, a type of dancers, they are called side of Morris dancers. A skull of pipers, people who are using these pipes as an instrument, they are called skulls of pipers. Group of these people, skull. Slate of candidates, very many candidates are applying for the job, so you can say a slate of candidates. A slouch of models. On a ramp walk, very many models are walking, so you can say a slouch of models. A Sodom of shepherds, very many shepherds, a group of shepherds are called Sodom. Squeal of nieces, suppose your uncles are having very many nieces, so you can say squeal of nieces. A staff of employees, a staff of servants, a stock of foresters, people, forest officials, they are called stock of foresters, a superfluity of nuns, a tabernacle of bakers, group of chefs or bakers, they are called tabernacle, a talent of gamblers. Then you have a tantrum of decorators, people who decorate a room or decorate for a birthday party, they are called tantrum. Team of athletes, team of players, tribe of Indians, then troop of acrobats. Those who are doing gymnastic or something like that, they can be called troop of acrobats. Troop of performers, troop of females, and troop of males. Females standing in a group, you can call troop of females. Males standing in a group, you can call troop of males. So children, we have seen this interesting various collective nouns for people and collective nouns for birds. So you can just note it down in your copy and learn it by heart if you like. It will be very easier for you in your uh, classes, next classes, to understand collective noun. And you can use this when you are maybe writing a story or an essay or a letter to someone, you can use these phrases and it creates an impressive writing. So you can use this type of collective nouns for birds and collective nouns for people when you are mentioning them in your writing skills. Uh, Children, these are countable noun we are going to start with. Most nouns are countable, meaning we can count them. For example, 10 marbles, 3 pencils, 4 toys, 6 bottles, etc. Countable nouns form their plural in different ways. Let us learn about them. Many nouns form their plural by adding s. For example, looks, book, books, window, windows, etc. Nouns which end in s, ss, sh, ch, z, or x form their plural by adding es. For example, bus, buses, mass, masses, etc. The noun which end in o form their plural by adding s, photo, photos, etc. Then there are some nouns that end in f or fe, and the f or fe is changed to v or es. So it is thieves and wives. Then some nouns which end in f or fe form their plural by s. For example, roof, roofs, chief, chiefs, etc. Then some nouns which end in a consonant followed by y. Children, you are aware of consonants and vowels. Vowels are a, e, I, o, u in the English language, and the rest of the alphabets are consonants. So if it ends in a consonant, then it is followed by y. For example, T is a consonant, y, then it becomes cities. Army, M is a consonant, ending with y, it becomes armies. Now next, noun with and then vowel. For example, day, A, and A is a vowel, Y is the ending with Y. Then here donkey, E is a vowel and ending with Y, and boy, O is a vowel and ending with boy. It becomes day, days, donkey, donkeys, etc. Then some nouns do not follow any rules for forming their plural. For example, child, children, man, men, tooth, teeth. These are irregular nouns. They don't have any pattern. They just change the word. For example, goose, geese, person, people, louse, lies, etc. Come down to here. Some nouns remain the same in its singular and plural form. For example, you can note this down. This is important words which do not change in the singular or plural. Sheep, deer, offspring, and aircraft, salmon, and software. These are all the nouns which is singular and plural are having same. Then some noun exist only in plural form. Again, series, species, oats, tweezers, etc. In compound noun, the plural ending is added to the main noun. For example, attorney general. So attorney will have s, daughters-in-law, etc. Then words borrowed from Latin that end in us. There are certain words, Latin words, which ends in us will be alumnus, fungus, syllabus will be alumni, fungi, and syllabi. Then you come down to words borrowed from Latin that end in it will be curriculum, curricula, etc. Words borrowed from Latin that end in a form their plural by adding e, like antenna becomes antennae, vertebra becomes vertebrae. Words borrowed from Latin that end in on, like criterion becomes criteria. Then words borrowed from Latin that end in ex, like for example, vertex will become vertices. Then words borrowed from French that end in eau, bureau becomes bureaux, tableau becomes tableaux. Noun ending in es becomes plural by changing es to es. For example, oasis becomes oasis. These are the way the different nouns are changing. And you have the uh, exercise, but we will take this exercise in the next video. So here I am finishing with the countable nouns of various types. Go through this, and just for exercise you can write in your rough copy or practice copy.
I hope, children, you understood this part of the lesson number 3, noun. In your next part of noun, we are going to go into a little bit of detail regarding genders, numbers, cases, and so on. The answers I will be writing down, the answers are already written in this particular video. So you won't find it any difficulty in any of the exercises. Suppose for instance, if the answers are not there, then I will write some of the answers at the end of the video, and rest of the exercises you have to solve on your own. I hope that you have understood this video. Whatever queries, again I'm repeating, if you are having, just note it down and we can solve it whenever we meet again. So see you all in my next video of Noun.